tell us a little bit more about, one of your two key areas, the Power Persona project, and you've built a Facebook group of 1,000 plus experts. Tell us a bit what you do there, and also how you work with them, and how you grew that to 1,000 experts.
Sure. Well, the Facebook communities was really my first foray into becoming a public figure myself. It was really the first time that I ever kind of put myself out there. My whole business prior was working with corporate clients, kind of a behind the scenes guy. I was, would author projects. I would help them to create things, bring things into the world and so on. But I was more of a behind the scenes guy. And I had never really built a big social media presence, never built any kind of a following and so on, because my clients were large corporations for the most part. And so the Power Persona project for me was kind of an experimental way to sort of build an audience and get myself out there and start to find my own voice as a leader in this space and so on. And so what I've done is, yeah, I've amassed a pretty nice group of experts, thought leaders, and so on from around the world. I've had the privilege of being able to interview inside of my group people like Kevin Harrington from Shark Tank, Bob Berg, the Hall of Fame speaker and author, internet marketers like Stu McLaren, Pedro Adeo, many, many others. And so it's given me a really nice platform and a connection with some people at that level. And what I really do is I talk about the inner game and outer game of success as a public figure inside of that community. So I really believe that, people who think about personal branding and putting themselves out there and building kind of a public figure, public persona, often do it from the outside in, just from a tactical level. It's like, okay, what kind of content can I put out? What does my logo look like? What does my website look like? What are my colors and my photo shoot and all of this kind of stuff? And so they primarily think about building that kind of public figure brand from the outside in. They think about it from a tactical level as opposed to an internal strategic level. And so what I like to do is focus on both of those. The outer game part of it is really important, of course. Marketing is extremely important. But what a lot of people do is they start to put out a lot of material, content into the world, and they find that it's not resonating with anyone. And the question is, why, right? And so a lot of the reason why people don't resonate is because they haven't really nailed who they are, what they bring, how they differentiate themselves, what makes them unique, how they position themselves differently, right? And how that all plays out in terms of their messaging and their content, their story, all of those kind of things that they bring out. So what I like to do is start with the inner game perspective. I like to work with people at a life vision level, kind of get clear on, what is it that you really want? Who do you ultimately want to be in the world 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now? Let's get really clear on that vision, and then we'll see how that plays out now into your business vision. And we'll start working on that. Who do you need to be in that role as a business leader? What does that look like? Okay. And then we look in terms of this, sort of these inner game areas like your identity, your belief structure, your capabilities, your personality, again, your life story, how you actually look at your topic in a way that's different than everybody else, right? So there's a lot of this inner work, this foundation building work that I think needs to be done strategically that makes all of the tactical stuff really work. That's what makes you resonate. We want to be able to project a very clear signal out into the market. It's a very crowded market. It's hard to stand out. There's a lot of voices out there. And so the more clear and precise a signal that we can send into the market, the more we're going to resonate with those ideal people that we're looking to connect with. So that's kind of what the framework is inside of the Power Persona community. It really is all about these inner game and outer game areas.